Yep, we are Korea. We came all the way from South Korea to support Trump.
And there is like no kind of negative repercussions against them from the American government. Risk my livelihood to travel to another country to participate in a political rally. Am I a lazy expat? November is fastly approaching, and everyone knows that in November it's time to elect the new president of the United States. As a foreigner living in Korea for the last 14 years, I haven't really been so concerned with US elections. As an American, I feel as if I should be more concerned with the national elections, especially the elections for president. So in this video, I want to talk about, do expats really care about the elections back home? Okay, before we start the video, I have to give you a disclaimer. I am not trying to influence your voting. I don't care who you vote for. You can vote for the person over here. You can vote for the person over here. You can vote for the person here. It makes no difference to me what you do in your personal life, how you vote. I am just giving you information based on my own personal experience. Okay, for today's video, I've come to City Hall area, or Gwanghwamun Square. Well, actually Gwanghwamun Square is like over there, but this is City Hall area. And the reason why I come here is because I want to set the scene for the video. This is the area in Seoul where there are a lot of political rallies, a lot of demonstrations, a lot of manifestations, and things of that sort. Recently watching a video from Tyler Oliveira. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I never know how to pronounce his name, but I like watching his videos because they give a really good perspective of social issues happening across the United States. Me living here in Korea, I don't always get a chance to stay up to date on all of the social issues happening in the States. So in Tyler's video, he was going across the country talking to Republicans, asking them about what they think concerning the elections happening this year in November. Most of you know there are two big candidates that are running for president in the United States. There's former President Donald Trump and current Vice President Kamala Harris. Did I say Trump or did I say Trump? I meant to say Donald Trump. Oh, take a look over there. There's Namsan Tower. Like, this is a really good view. If you're visiting Seoul, come here to City Hall. You can see Namsan Tower just here. I wish the day was clearer. The Republicans were speaking about how Donald Trump is the best person for the job, how Kamala Harris or Joe Biden, whoever is running at that time, wasn't going to be the best person for the job. You know, it's political ideologies that line up with people being on the right. Soon the Democrats would do the same. They would say their candidate is better than Donald Trump because of this, that, and the other. The funniest thing was that I saw in the video is that there were groups of Koreans at these rallies, at these presidential election rallies, at Trump rallies. And all of these Koreans were like, yeah, Trump, we want Trump. Trump is the best thing for America. And, you know, if Trump wins, then this is going to happen to the world, or America's going to be better, or the whole world's going to be better. You know, this, that, and the third.
John, I'm witnessing? Yep, we are Korea. We came all the way from South Korea to support Trump. Some of us even gave up jobs to do it because we know that what's at stake is not just America, what's at stake is the world peace. We all know that under Trump's presidency that there was no war that started. But under Biden, there was war in Ukraine, there was war in the Middle East. We are now American citizens. Okay. Yep, we just came here. We cannot vote for him, but we are here to support President Trump.
Kind of got in my feelings a bit. And it's not because I'm voting for Trump or I'm voting for Harris. It's because Koreans were actually able to go to presidential rallies in the United States. It's something that we as foreigners here in Korea can't do. Tim Hortons opening up over here. City Hall. I've never been in here before. Maybe I can come in here and get an interview with the mayor. Got a robot cafe. Okay. Let's take this elevator to the gallery. Whoa. Yo, this is pretty cool. me is here. There's a nice cafe area here. There's a sky plaza, so you can look down here and you can see all the people sitting at the cafe. This is free, so just come to City Hall, go inside and take the elevator from the lobby to the 8th floor or 9th floor and just walk up. So cool. Always hate these things. I got stuck in them before. Before I get into the reasons why foreigners can't participate in political protests here, I just want to say, like, I'm not envious of the Koreans at all who went to the United States so that they can participate in the Trump rally. Like, I'm just wondering, like, what kind of political fire they have that made them want to leave Korea and travel all the way to the United States just to participate in a political rally that doesn't directly affect their living situation in their own country. And as you saw in the video, a lot of the Koreans who went to America to participate in the Trump rallies, they actually lost their jobs, or they had to quit their jobs in order to participate in those rallies. Like, I don't know about you, but that's not something that I'm willing to do. I am definitely not willing to risk my job, to risk my livelihood, to travel to another country to participate in a political rally. Watching the video, watching the Koreans travel from Korea to America got me thinking about two things. It got me thinking about, first of all, am I a lazy expat that I don't really, not that I don't care, but I'm not so heavily invested in the presidential elections? And also, like, what drove the Koreans to want to leave Korea to go to America for those rallies? I don't know, like, am I a lazy American living in another country? Am I a lazy expat? Because, I don't know, I feel like being here in Korea, being so far removed from the everyday hustle and bustle of life in the United States, it just kind of like desensitizes me from all of the political jargon and mumbo jumbo that's happening in the United States. Not saying that it's not important, it's just I don't feel very connected to it. Even when I lived in France, I felt like no kind of strong connection to the political landscape in America. Like, growing up in America, I always thought, and I always learned in school, that it wasn't necessarily the national elections that determined the, I guess, fate of the average everyday citizen, that it was the local elections, the elections for your state senators, your state representatives, and your mayors and the aldermen and offices like that. I guess it's because I grew up in Georgia, and Georgia is like a state that has, or it emphasizes, like, really strong state rights. So we always grew up thinking, like, you are learning in the schools that, you know, the state has like all the power and the federal government is not an enemy, but it's kind of like, you know, they come in, they intervene in things that they shouldn't intervene in when the state has like all of the power. Me, definitely, I would never travel to America just to participate in a Trump rally or participate in a Kamala Harris rally, or even when Obama was president and, you know, there was this big hoopla about change in America and stuff. I would not have gone to, if I was outside of the States, I would not have gone back to America to participate in any of his rallies either. It's just, for some reason, I don't feel like it concerns me, even though it probably should. That's a good segue into me asking, like, why do you think those Koreans left their jobs or were fired or just decided to travel to America to experience a Trump rally or to support Trump? I don't understand why they did that. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing. They just did it. And it was just very shocking for me. And it's not for me to understand everything that someone does. You know, everyone lives by their own life experiences. They're motivated by what happens, you know, in their past and in their present to some degree. So I'm not supposed to understand. It's just, I've never seen anything like that before from Americans. I've never seen Americans or videos of Americans leaving their country, the country where they're expats in, and traveling to America back home to participate in a political rally. That's just something that I've never seen before. If you're an American expat, or hell, if you're an expat from another country, like, Tell me, what do you guys think? Are you very concerned about the elections that happened in your home country? Koreans were able to leave Korea, even though some of them got fired or quit their jobs, but they left Korea and they went to America to participate in the Trump rally. And there is like no kind of negative repercussions against them from the American government. There was no kind of punishment or, any law enforcement agencies telling them that they couldn't do that. But there were like protests, there are various protests here that foreigners can participate in, but we cannot participate in protests that have any connection with the Korean government. Yeah, one of the first things that I was told when I began working here in Korea is that please don't participate in any of the political rallies that are connected to the Korean government, because if you do, you're going to get fired and then you can possibly get blacklisted from the country, meaning they can revoke your visa and you can't come back to Korea for however long the Korean government says that you must be banished. Yeah, that wasn't really like a big deal because I'm not a very political person anyway, but it's like, why is it that Koreans are able to go to America and protest and we can't protest here? That's just like one question that popped into my head, and I'm not like salty about it. It just got me thinking, like, America really does have some very lax laws about public speaking or freedom of speech, because people from everywhere can just go to the States and just say whatever they want. And sometimes I think it borders on slander, but I mean, that just goes to show you, like, I don't want to say the freedom that you have in America compared to like other countries, but I guess you have like more like leeway to maneuver and to live life. Well, this is definitely not a shot at Korea or a shot at any country that doesn't allow expats to participate in their political rallies. It's just something that's a big difference that now that I'm thinking about it, just makes me realize, like, wow, America is a lot different from these countries. So let me know what you think about this topic. Let me know, like, do you think that as an expat you're lazy? Do you think that you also don't care too much about political elections back in your home country, or are you concerned about political elections in your home country? Like, do you try to participate in the political rallies that are held in the countries where you currently live? Like, let me know. I'm very interested to hear your thoughts. I want to know who you're voting for. Tell me, are you voting for Trump or are you voting for Harris? No, I'm joking. Don't tell me. I don't need to know that. just a joke. Super hot out here. You can tell by my face, like, Korea in the summertime. Don't come here. It's crazy hot, crazy humid. You'll pass out as soon as you walk outside. Anyways, make sure you stay hydrated. I love you guys, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for always giving me your time and attention. And if you want to help your boy out, hit that like button. As I always say, you don't have to subscribe, you don't have to comment, but if you hit the like button, that really helps me out a lot. So from the bottom of my heart, really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace out. That hurts. Peace.